Next speaker is Commissioner Anthony Paradisco. Commissioner Anthony Paradisco currently serves as the president of the Seneca County Board of Commissioners. Paradisco was appointed to his position in July 2019 to fill the unexpired term of former Commissioner Holly Stacy. Since then, he was elected by the people of Seneca County to serve a 4-year term, which began in January of 2021. Paradisco serves on a multitude of boards and organizations, including the District Health Advisory Board, the Seneca Regional Planning Commission Executive Committee, and the Seneca County Land Bank. Before Paradisco's time in office, much of his career was an entrepreneur and in the insurance business. Please welcome Commissioner Anthony Paradisco.
Good morning. Like Representative Click, Jimmy Flint prepared a PowerPoint for us, and then called me this morning and said he couldn't make it here, so I think we'll be fine. But
good luck.
Thank you. So on behalf of Commissioner Kirshner and Commissioner Schuff, I want to thank everyone for coming today, and the county commissioners have been very busy. And as you can tell by the Senator Reineke's talk and Representative Click's talk, we're really blessed to be in the county that we're in and to be able to work with the people that live in this county. It's just such a great place, and we can get a lot more done, and we're really blessed. I want to recognize Senator Reineke for everything he does for us. Mayor Mons, you as well. It's just great working with you. Representative Click, and of course over in Fostoria, Mayor Keckler. We have a great relationship with them. I do want to recognize David Zach. David, where are you? Where's your? I want to thank you publicly for all your service in this county and everything you've done to make this place better. Wish you well. So thank you. The last time I stood on stage next to Bryce and Mayor Mons, we were in the Ritz Theater. There were a couple hundred people, and it was Senator Reineke was on the stage as well. And I read a proclamation for the 200th anniversary of the city of Tiffin. I practiced it, and I said Joshua Hedges 9 times. And so I walk off the stage, and Mayor Mons looks at me with eyes this big. He says, Mary Lewis just had a heart attack. It's Josiah Hedges. So I asked Jimmy to not put anything, don't put any big words in here, or nothing I can pronounce, but I'll never forget that. And I was all excited, you know, and I thought I did a good job. But so we start with our people, and you win with people. And last year, in 2001, we had a new sheriff that was elected. We had a new county commissioner, and we just are excited. That's part of being in the legislature. There's turnover, and you just continue. It's good, but it changes things, and you just continue to work with people, and we're very pleased with our people. I'm going to get my notes because I can't read that print right there, I can tell you that. I'm not sure I can read this print, but.
Jimmy was bringing your cheaters.
He was. Oh, that's funny. So, Jimmy, where are you? Yeah. Oh, it's great.
I left mine in the car.
Once everybody in the room knows this, once you turn 60, you just have to laugh at things. The world is just a different place. So, right, Bill? The collaboration with outside agencies. So, Congressman Jordan visited our office. He comes in, on a regular basis. In our county, we have quite a few people that sit on state boards and that have won state honors. Lori Ritzler from the Board of Elections was elected the election person of the year in the state of Ohio, which was kind of neat. Lieutenant Governor Husted came in, visited with commissioners. I know with Greg and with Bill, they're like this with workforce development. Came in, talked to us. We really appreciate those kind of visits. And that's really what we're trying to do, is just make our county attractive and user-friendly for people to come in and welcoming. We want to share our platform to recognize others. We recognize Dale Stacy, who passed away, former county commissioner. Michael Nye, Veteran of the Year this year. Teresa Kopp, who spent a million years in the juvenile court system. 101-year-old Alice Miller, World War II Navy veteran. And so that's really rewarding. Every week we seem to recognize someone throughout the county that's doing good things. And it's just a privilege to be able to do that. You really learn a lot about what's going on out there in the county. Places. Trying to zip through this. It was a 27-minute speech, and Bryce said I had 5, so we had to have Jimmy cut a few things out. So a little bit where we've been, talked about that. I want to mention Senate Bill 52. I think now that it's in place, I have a greater appreciation for all the work that Senator Reineke did and all the yellow shirts that came into the county commissioner's office. The county commissioners actually have a lot of authority. You know, every county throughout Ohio, the commissioners have the ability to say, yes, we're okay with these projects, or no, we're not okay. Seneca County's position is that we're not okay with these projects unless you come to us and the local officials in your area want them. And then we will listen and vet the project out, and I don't see any reason why we wouldn't approve it. So we've taken that stance. That was a lot of work. We're really, and a lot of people call us throughout the county on our position, knowing that Senator Reineke was from up here, and we were basically ground zero through that process. Commissioner Kirshner's a Calvert grad, and we like going to the schools and talking to the kids, and we were invited last year for a life skills class, so we all went, and we went again this year. And so those are just different things that we're trying to do to, as I look back on 2021. We have 15 townships in the county. We have 6 villages. So I don't know if everyone knows this. It's like 550-mile county. So as a county commissioner, I love the city of Tiffin. I work in downtown Tiffin, but we have to think about our county, about rural America. And so I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the initiatives that we have going on. Also, as a commissioner with turnover, you may start a project now but not finish it. You know, I remember Shane Thomas when he left. He's like, you're passing the baton. And down in Columbus, when I went to the State of the State address, with Representative Click and Senator Reineke, you know, the governor said, we're going to make decisions today that are going to impact the state 25 years from now. So, you know, you're doing things this year and last year and the year before that we may not see for a few years. So we're kind of always thinking that as we do our long-range plan and as we make our decisions. And that's what I wanted to spend a couple minutes on this slide, where we're going to go. So we have 3 things that we're really working on. One is our broadband initiative that was mentioned earlier. We sat out at NCOESC I sat next to Representative Latta, who's chair of the broadband committee. And when the chairman of the FCC sent him a map that said, this area in your district has broadband coverage, he called the FCC chairman up. He had his cell phone. He said, this isn't right. I travel all over my district. We don't have service any of these places. So what this study's going to do, funded by the commissioners, And it's going to give us a map of Seneca County, a really good map, up-to-date map. And then we'll be able to apply, work with our vendors, work with legislatures and the government for grants, and we'll be able to say, we have a plan, we met with the schools, the townships, the vendors, the providers, and this is really where we're underserved. So we're real excited about that, and that's the purpose of this broadband study. And it can't overemphasize the importance of it. Second is EMS, okay, rural EMS. We live in Seneca County, right? If I live in Tiffin and I work in Findlay or Bowling Green or Whirlpool or Upper, or I'm driving all over the county, I might have an accident on Route 4 or 635. We have a lot of area in rural Seneca County that's underserved with EMS. And our job as commissioners, at least it's not necessarily our job because it's not an essential service. That's part of the problem, and it's not like fire or law enforcement. EMS is up to the local communities. On May 13th, we will be at the State House, the entire state of Ohio, and we're going to descend on the State House for our EMS legislative day to make awareness to the state, our legislatures, that there is just tremendous need to support. Now, if you live in Tiffin and Fostoria and Clinton Township and maybe Bascom, you've got good coverage. But we have 11 townships and 6 villages that are really underserved. So we're trying to work together and see how we can cost effectively provide that coverage. And that's a big goal and a priority to the commissioners. And we're working with Sentinel Vanguard and with our legislature on some different initiatives and more to come on that. Things. Capital investment, I'll just jump into that. We received a $1.2 million grant for the airport. I don't know if, is Brad Newman in here? We are really, really blessed to have Seneca County Airport. I'm a former pilot, and if you travel around different counties in the state and you see our airport, there's no comparison. And as far as attraction for business, for our universities, for commerce, it's just a tremendous asset. And we continue to, under the leadership of the Newmans, but we continue to work with the FAA and ODOT to get grants on an ongoing basis, and they want to put money into an airport where people want to have a good airport. So it just kind of keeps going. The long-range plan is to extend the runway. That's on our plan. We already own the land at the other end of the runway, and so we would add another 1,000 feet or so to our runway so jets could come in, and everything's there. So we're working towards that. Hopefully I'm around when that happens. We put a new roof on Job and Family Services building out there. I see Sarah over where the Parks Department is. You have a new roof now. We're working on the Health Department wall downtown. Worked with the city and the fire department to get a separate entrance on the side, and there's going to be signage and handicap entrance into the health department. That's all going to be really, really up to date, and the project started. The construction's mobilized. Our number one priority for next year is a new ag building. So if you've been out there behind the sheriff's office, if any of you have ever been back to our ag building, the old, I think what they call it, the home, county home, we have 8 different heating systems in there. It's the most inefficient building that we own. It's 3 stories. And so we're in the planning phases now. So Farm Services, Soil and Water, I see Beth here, Ohio State Extension, Senator Ranke's sister works out there. They're all part of the planning process, and we're really, really looking forward to getting that project underway. Just a few accomplishments, I won't read them all. Part of the EMS initiative is that Seneca County EMS, we've hired some full-time people. Now, Becky and Meredith pictured here, started in Bloomville a year ago in April. So we have volunteers throughout the county, but we also have paid staff filling in throughout the county where we just don't have enough volunteers. And that model is a little awkward at times, a little frustrating, but it's working and it's providing people with the health care they need when they hit 911. So we're pretty excited about that. Last night I was in Republic for a meeting out there with Ken Majors, and we're making some big progress. Things that we value, just to obviously a balanced budget. Commissioner Kirshner started a budget stabilization fund, a rainy day fund. We now have $1 million in there. We're committed quarterly to adding to that. He believes that, to quote him, we're not spending our grandkids' money, paraphrase his quote, but we're putting money away for our grandkids' future. And so we feel good about that, and all through COVID, et cetera, we've continued. Last year we put $375,000 into the fund. That's a priority to us. And then, in addition to balanced budget, a rainy day fund, we have a lot of long-term projects. So we received 114 projects at the Commissioner's office that had $15 million price tag next to them. If 60 of them had $15 million price tag next to them. So we have something like $30 million worth of projects. Okay, so we're prioritizing them. We're looking at maybe as much as $10 million in capital projects over the next 2 to 3 years that we could find the money for. So we're really looking at this. This is something Commissioner Kirshner started with our long-range plan and our capital plan, and we want to continue that. And again, this is one of those things that just kind of keeps going that we're working on. We've learned from the past. We just want to take care of the buildings that we have, and when we do something, we do it right. We don't just repair the $5,000 boiler. We put the $30,000 new boiler in. And as we do things, we do it right, and we think long term that's going to benefit, the county. So again, looking forward, our 3 goals really, my 3 goals and the Commissioner's 3 goals are not maybe in this order. EMS, rural EMS, we need to get this figured out. We need to support the broadband process, whatever that is, we're here to help. And number 3, capital projects, to take a look at the county facilities and continue to work towards improving them. Thank you.
Good.